Hello everyone, I'm Raul and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We start new lessons and we draw my self-portrait. You know already, if you start to draw a portrait by colored pencil, I showed you last time, if you remember, we convert the picture in black and white. I have already black and white, and the first thing to do is to zoom same as the drawing is. As I promised guys, I will teach you how to work a portrait, how to use only one pencil. So I'm working with 8B grade. I'm using Faber-Castell. And this pencil helps us to do all the portraits. Before to start, I want to show you we have a lot of things to draw on this portrait. Even the hair. The hair is not a problem, it's really easy. We're using dotting tool to add the effects of realistic hair. I will show you also guys how to draw this beautiful skin and also the glasses with the reflection. If you remember, we did a portrait together on YouTube channel, was John Lennon portrait, and we work again with reflection on the eyes and the lenses. We're going further, and as you can see, we have designed jumper, so we draw that one as well, and also I will show you how to draw realistic silver. Let's start with the eyes, which is the first lesson on this journey. I'm using 8B grade, and because if you remember I'm starting the portrait, I cover with a blank paper. Always remember, when you put a hand, put the blank paper. I'm starting with a pupil, and I'm going with small circles. By the way, on this portrait I'm using Canson Bristol paper 250 GSM. Very smooth surface. I will coloring entire pupil. And you will see to add the highlights we're using jelly pen and also electric eraser. I need to draw the circle on the iris because we do a portrait using only 8B grade. We're going to draw all portrait using 8B grade. In the middle of iris, I'm looking to be darker, so I'm coming with a bit pressure. Of course, we do the details for the reflection on the iris and the pupil as well. Always when you're looking to draw the dark tone, add just a gentle pressure and insist on that part. Depend which paper you use, you will see how nice surface, smooth surface you can build. On the iris I'm going light, work in layers. If you remember, when I draw an eye, I jump on the second one, so I can go same. I need to make the same size to be symmetric. I have a highlight in the middle of the pupil, and I respect this. I'm glad you're ready, George. Thank you very much. From now the lessons will be here on YouTube channel. Just in case if you miss any lesson, you can come back to check for next day or wherever you want. Always when you do the outlines, go very light, as I do. You will see later, we need to go light because we draw in more grades. Will be more tones. For the iris, I'm coming with soft shade. And now, if you work with more pencils, you can use different grades because need to be lighter. But I'm going with 8B grade, and I'll show you how to do light grade with 8B grade. I'm going very light. This type of shade help us to achieve gradient and light tone. Of course, slowly we need to go darker till we're happy with the drawing. Always the top side of the eye is darker. You will see all this line very dark. So I'm going to coloring all this iris. I do the same with the second iris. Hopefully it's close enough, guys, so you can see the details. I do very light layer. Now I need to smooth this, and to smooth I'm using blending stump number 2. I'm working with spectrum blending stump, and I just blend same as I draw. The position is bent in my palm, and with small circle motions we blend the graphite pencil. Why? Because we need a smooth surface. This surface can help us later to add very nice highlights. We have done 2 pupils and iris. We now stop here because we need to add highlights. I prepare a Tombow Mono 0 eraser. I told you guys we're working only with 8B grade pencil, but helped by a few suppliers. So now with Tombow Mono 0 eraser, I'm looking to add the highlights in the eye. Now the dots in the middle, which are the reflection, we do with jelly pen. We're working on highlighted because it's about the reflection. This portrait, guys, will be drawn only with you, step by step, till we finish the portrait, because we have a lot of things to learn. And I want to help you to upgrade your drawing skill. We have the highlights on the left. Hopefully the camera is good set, otherwise you can see white. Something like this. And we do the second eye, the details. As you can see, it's not really very good contoured, but we're still working on it. Now we focus on highlights, because once we add the highlights, we're not touching this. I have also reflection of the mirror of the camera, something like that. We do that one as well, using eraser. Tombow Mono 0 eraser is really good supplier to add highlights on our drawing. Depend how strong is the highlights, we do the same. But we need to go darker with the iris, and we do that in a minute. We take care of the highlights now. For the moment, highlights are done, and we carry on with 8B grade, because the portrait is only with 8B grade. We're adding now the rest part of the dark tone. So following the reference photo, hopefully you have the reference photo close to you, we're adding the dark tone. Where is it? Without pressure, guys, just light. Working in layers, we can achieve the perfect eye. Just follow my ways to draw. With small lines, I'm going to build the iris. Of course, where is dark tone? You will see how deep we're going into details when we draw the skin as well. So if you like these lessons, come with me for more drawing. I'm adding long lines close to the iris, just random lines. This helped me to build a realistic eye. And from the top side as well, as I told you, this part of the eye always is darker. If you're happy with the drawing, you can have blending stump, and we blend. First, we're going to blend light on the outlines of the iris with small circle motions. You will see that part become a little bit blurred. Now we go to blend inside on a dark tone, and we carry on with these circles. As you can see, we build some light highlights in the iris. And now we're checking for the highlights because they need to be dark as well, not very light. I'm going very light with blending stump over. Look at that, what's happened with the highlights. They become close to the reference photo. At least this one, because this need to be a little bit more. I'm checking the reference photo if I need to go darker. And because I need to go darker a little bit, I repeat the same step, the same lines from the outlines of the iris inside. And of course the pupil as well, with small circle motions. Okay. Thank you very much, Adriana's cooking.
You're welcome, Mario.
Now as you can see, we build the perfect iris, foggy a little bit, same as the reference photo is. We try to use the darkest grade as we can, but also we try to keep the details, even if it's not really clear in the tablet on the reference photo. I try to keep really realistic the details also. I like to draw realistic, so even if I can't see very well the drawing, guys, I can improve to make that close to the realism. Now we're going one more blade and we blend again, which is darker. We just add light blend on the highlights. This one is not covered very dark, so I will keep like this. Again, I'm going one line on the iris on the top side and on the left side. I'm not blend the middle of pupil because it's not risen. I'm going only with a pencil on the pupil. and I'm happy with the dark tone made. We have one eye, we jump on the second one, and will be more highlights on the white side of the eye. We're going on the left side now. We do the same with small circles and lines. We're going inside. I do these lines close to, from iris close to the pupil. Of course, make sure you make this round, otherwise we can have eraser and we can fix to be perfect round. I need very light part here because it's reflected on the glasses, so this part is very lighted, and we're coming with more dark tone from the bottom and on the top. Hopefully I'm a good teacher for you guys and appreciate your time spent with me. From now we'll be here drawing live, helping you guys to upgrade your drawing skill. I'm looking now for the reflection, even if it's about the dark tone. I'm checking for the perfect way of drawing close to the reference photo. I know it's amazing with this pencil, George, that's why I chose, because it's most easy way to add the dark tone using 8B grade. You will see when we draw more things, it will be more difficult when we add light tone on a skin, but we can do this, learning step by step. Remember guys, the position of the pencil bent in your palm. Don't press with the pencil. It's not reason to press at all. You are a brave man. Thank you very much, Leah Nelson. I couldn't wait to start this lesson so you can make part of it. As you can see on TikTok page, we can't see the live, and I have very beautiful live drawing on the dog. Hopefully guys you like my dog portrait. It's done and we can carry on with these lessons now. I'm coming with the rest of the lines that I did on the left. And now I need blending stump to see how dark we can go. I know it's very cool. This pencil helps us a lot to draw. You will see guys during the process how many beautiful tones you can add with 8B grade. I'm going same with circles, and as you can see we still have some lines because I use the pencil in that way. I want to explain something. Because I use the pencil in that way, I let some highlights line highlighted, as you can see here. Even if I'm coming with blending stump over, that lines won't be covered. That's the point, to add even the more details. We add more details as we can. And this need to be blue-red, foggy gray. I'm coming very light with blending stump number 2. After we finish the eyes, we need to check for the symmetrics, if it's quite enough longer, so I can use the top side of the pencil and I use my finger, something like this for me. And I'm checking for the next one. That's it. It's looking perfect, only because this one is foggy more, that's why it's like this, but everything is cool. We can carry on adding the rest of the eye drawing. This pupil is really dark in the tablet. Now I have the tablet almost uncharged, so is on battery as well. Hopefully we have enough for an hour. Because the top side of the eye always is darker, I'm coming with a bit gentle pressure on the top side, adding the necessary dark tone. And to make the eye round perfect, as the line of the eye is, I'm going now to add the outline. I'll be very happy, guys, if you draw this portrait with me together to upload also your drawing. In this way we can see the progress you make, and I can help you also if you need to improve something, same as we did with Wanda, if you remember. You will see, guys, slowly learning more things about this portrait. You will see how nice you can upgrade your drawing skill. We will use only 8B grade. Hopefully, guys, you use as well only 8B grade. In this way you will learn how to use 8B grade on every portrait you make. I'm coming with blending stone this time for the last time, and with small circles and lines I'm finishing the blend. I'm working on very smooth surface Canson Bristol paper, and this helped me a lot to smooth very well as many times I want. I'm going for the second one. Also, I'm checking for the highlights. I need to cover the highlights that I don't need. They will be highlighted, but only a little bit, which make the eye looking more realistic. Now I'm pushing a little bit graphite on the upside, leaving only the highlighted part aligned here, which will be made by eraser. I'm using Tombow Mono 0 eraser to add and also clean the eye to make the perfect. Now for the last time, I'm adding the reflection. They are already here, but I need to make sure I have them very well made. Now I'm adding only light line on the top, which is the reflection from glasses. As you can see, I just have light touching of the eraser with the paper. What happened on the bottom, as you can see when I blend, is a little bit graphite. We clean this using Tombow Mono 0 eraser in that way, so we can make the perfect iris. We don't need extra graphite now. We're staying on the same shape. That's good. We can go further. We finish with the iris, and now, which is the most important, we do the line of the eye. How to do this? Following the reference photo, we're going with light touching on the pencil. Always the first should be very light, and remember we're working with 8B grade. That means we don't need to press at all because it's the darkest tone. Now we draw the outline which are necessary. Always on the bottom side of the iris, the line should be lighter than the top. But always, guys, you can do the line on the bottom even only with blending stump. And you will see. I'm going to outlining the second one. Hopefully, guys, you like to work with 8B grade. For me, it's a pleasure. And I did already portrait only with 8B grade. Just for few details on the hair, I work with 3B for mechanical pencil. But just a little bit. But this portrait we draw only with 8B grade. As you can see, guys, my outlines are very light, so I can add all necessary details as I like. The bottom line we blend using blending stump number 2. How to blend this? We have long line on the eye. We're starting from the middle and we add light touching on the pen, on the blending stump with the paper. And we go slowly back. And now, because we have a little bit graphite on the blending stump, we carry on the same line. As you can see, it becomes foggy and blue red, which is good. We do the same on this part. On this part of the eye, we have also the details. We draw also the details using blending stump. So remember, when you draw a portrait, the top side of the eye, of the iris, is that part with dark tone. No problem, Mia Nelson. That's my pleasure to share my work, my experience. We will use blending stump a lot on this portrait. I'm not blending the top side because I'm coming with dark tone. How to do this? I prepare for eyelashes, but remember, we don't draw the eyelashes because we don't have the skin. I'm coming with small lines. Just imagine how the eyelashes should be. And on the inside of the eye as well. That one is for shadow. Depend which side you take a photo, in that side you have the reflection. With small circles we draw the top line. Nothing happened because this always is darker. And in our portrait it's really dark. Same on the left eye. As you can see now with this top line, the iris and the pupil become round. Yeah, you can imagine like if you do the circle, everything become round. Perfect circle. We have the top line, we can draw the arch. It's really dark in the reference photo, but we can do this. On the left eye, it's not perfect curve, so we need to check for the reference photo for the details and the shape. But we're going light because we need to add a highlight from the reflection of the lenses. You go light for the first time and we add the dark tone slowly when we need. Depends how dark we need to go. We not build the skin yet. We're going to add only the shape of the arch. Is going really dark here. Now before to finish with the shadow and the skin, we're going to draw inside of the eye. How to do this? We're going with very light shade inside of this part, starting from the left all sides of the eye. So we're going from left inside. We need to have dark tone on the left always. And now we learn to build a gradient close to the eye. As you can see, I built one layer already. I need a little bit darker, so I'm coming with dark tone on this part. Only halfway now. You will see this build help us to build a gradient. And from inside, we do the same. On this part we need to coloring everything for the first layer, and with the second we're coming with dark tone. Just a bit on the outline. Very light shade, because remember we're working with 8B. Now I'm using blending stump, and I need to push this part of the graphite close to the iris. I'm going with small circles, and as you can see we build the gradient. I'm going by circle emotions. From the iris we're going a little bit to meet together with the first part, but very light. Before to coming with dark tone, we're using again eraser for highlighting. We have some highlights to add here. So we add the reflection of the glasses, and also the camera. Don't worry, they will be highlighted more with jelly pen. We just need to know the way and where we need to add the highlights. We're going to do the same on the left side. With small circle emotions. We're using the lightest tone that we can. Cari asta, bă. We build a gradient and we're going on the other side. Now this part of the eye is highlighted on every side. So we need to go only on the top a little bit to add shadow. We're using again blending stump. I'm using number 2. With circle emotions, we mix the graphite. On this part I'm not using blending stump because it's very light highlighted, so I'm coming only with brush. This one is brush technique, and very light I'm just playing with a brush. Acolo da. As you can see, we have the reflection. So the thing is, we need to know which supplier we need when we need. So if you're going light, very light, don't do with blending stump. We do with soft makeup brush. Now we finish with the details, because as you can see I have the highlighted part. I'm coming with a pencil by dotting very small dots. I build the details in the eye. And of course the necessary shadow. With blending stump, we can blend the dark tone. As you can see, guys, how long we need to draw an eye for details, for everything. Psychologia face. Cosa sta dentro? Now if you are happy with the highlights, I'm coming with jelly pen. This we need to rebuild later when we finish the portrait. Maybe if you remember, I'm coming with second touch, second check. But now I'm using number 8, like 8 millimeters, and I'm using jelly pen for highlighting the reflection. I have one dot in the middle, but very light, because there will be one more on the other eye. Make sure you make the highlights in the eye symmetric, so if they are in the middle, you put in the middle. If you have outside somewhere, you put both iris outside. Now I need to go on a white side, but before to do this I need to use eraser to clean a little bit the graphite. As you can see, I'm working with Faber-Castell eraser and also Tombow Monozer eraser, depend what I need for details. That's good, the shadows are good. Also I can use kneaded eraser, guys. Sometimes you put too much graphite, we can use kneaded eraser. I'm using kneaded eraser. Maybe you can use kneaded eraser as well. And by dotting, we can highlight in the graphite. We don't need too much amount of the graphite, so this is the perfect way to remove the amount of the graphite. As you can see, become excellent. Now with brush technique, I'm working on shadows. Remember, if you think you have too much graphite on a brush, clean on a blank paper. As we have already blank paper, you can just try to play with the brush, and in this way you can clean the graphite. but it's only if you have to clean. Now we're going to the realism. Very light, I'm going with 8B, only by dotting on this part, and build a gradient inside. Like a reflection of something. And now, again brush, mix together the graphite. In this way we build a gradient. I'm coming with the rest of the highlights using jelly pen, and I'll carry on to see where is highlighted the picture. I have like an arrow on this part. I have a dot somewhere here. And again a dot here. These highlights are very important for reflection, guys, but they need to be rebuilt again later, or maybe when we finish the portrait. Now we need to blend the arch, but also we need to add the dark tone. I'm going very light with circles and motions from the middle of the arch. As you can see, I just touched the jelly pen, but can be rebuilt. That's no problem. And we do the top side as well with circles from the middle, and we build like a arrow, very sharp line. Because we have this grade, we're using blending stump, and now we mix for the skin. We're starting to blend the arch from the top side and also the bottom. Starting from the middle, we're coming with circle motions, and as you can see, we're adding graphite inside of the skin. This is very important process. We prepare the skin. And I'm going from the half part on the right side. But because it's very dark, I can go without any problem with the blend on each side. So I'm going on a line, top line of the eye, doing the same. And as I can see, I still need to go darker. I'm adding more graphite if I need darker. When I'm talking about the graphite, is only 8B grade. I'm not using any other pencil. This will be AB grade. I do the same, depend how dark tone is on the skin on that side. I'm staying on circle emotions and I repeat the layers. And I can do on the top side as well, because this side is close to the eyebrow. We finish the lesson soon, guys. Thank you very much for your time. Maybe more lesson next time where we start to draw the skin and the glasses. Hopefully we are happy to draw every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. Now I'm going again with blending stone with circle emotions. If it's about a very dark tone, as I have here on this part, also I can use dry hard brush. If you remember, we can do dry hard brush, very fast dark tone. I'm not adding the eyelashes yet because we still need to work on skin. And because it's about very dark tone, I'm working with dry hard brush. If you remember the chopped one, this one is the harder. Very light without any pressure. We're smoothing the paper. With this also we can blend the side where the eyelashes are. That's alright for me. Is about the highlights. If I move the camera you will see it darker. As you can see, or like that, you see? Is darker only because the highlight is coming from the left to my drawing desk. That's why it is too highlighted. I'm adding some extra lines on iris, making this looking more realistic. But also I respect the highlights. I don't want to cover the highlights. As you can see, slowly we make all necessary reflections, details, and we can carry on. Now, because I have drawn already the eye, I'm coming with lines over the circle that I did on pupil. But I need to make sure this pupil should be exactly in the center of the iris. Thank you very much for your time, guys. See you next time with the rest of the drawing. We carry on the lesson and we stop when it's finished the portrait. See you next time, guys. Bye bye now. Have a good night.